Welcome on back to She's Diabetic. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Andrea. I have been a type 1 diabetic for over 19 years, and this is just a channel all about my life with type 1 diabetes. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. We're doing a day in the life, a day in my life with type 1 diabetes, but I've got a special spin to it. Something I've been thinking about for several months and something that I wanted to represent more on my channel is life without an insulin pump or a CGM. I am very lucky to have access to both of these items, but it's not the case for everyone, and the figures vary. There's no real concrete figures I could find on this, but between sort of only 10 and 20% of type 1 diabetics are on either a pump or a CGM. That's not a lot, and if I'm constantly representing on this channel life with a pump, life with a CGM, that's not the reality for everyone. And what I am very keen to do is represent as much of a wide range of realities for type 1 diabetics as possible. So no CGM, no pump. What are my tools? I've got 3 here. These are my lifelines. Let me talk you through them. First of all, I've got my Lantus. You'll have seen me take the shot this morning. This is a long-acting insulin. I take 1 shot of it every morning, and that covers me for 24 hours. Next up, this is a NovoPen Echo. And you'll be able to see, actually, it's a reusable insulin pen system that actually you just replace that cartridge with, and then you're able to dose half units at a time. So you're able to more kind of tailor smaller units of insulin if you're very insulin sensitive, especially great for children. And next up, and something that I'm really excited to talk to you guys about, for this video, I've teamed up with a company called Dario, and this is their blood glucose machine. You can see it's tiny. That's my hand. It's absolutely tiny, and there are a couple of really unique things about this company and reason why I wanted to represent it on this channel. First of all, it's tiny. How cool is that? Second of all, it works with your phone, iOS or Android. And third of all, it has an unlimited test strip policy. So what happens is you pay a monthly fee to be part of the Dario system, and then you get automatic unlimited test strips. Now, when they told me this, I was like, what's the catch? What's going on? There is no catch. The fact of the matter is, it's for real. You get unlimited test strips. And to me, that was astounding. Test strips are so expensive. When I was on testing every single day, I would pay, upwards of like 50 cents a strip. And that is just insane. And for their base package with Dario, you can get unlimited test strips for $25 a month. I just think this is so cool. Another neat aspect is you don't have to order. You don't have to initiate the order. Dario actually, through their app, will recognize once you've used up the test strips that you had, and it will automatically send you out more test strips. So it takes away that sort of piece of worrying about, oh, I need to reorder, or I need to make sure I order at this point. No, they've got you covered. It's scientifically proven through several conferences that it can help reduce your A1C and increase your time in range, which I'm not surprised, because if you're able to test all the time, well, that's gonna help you know where you're at and achieve more time in range. There are two things about Dario which I think are awesome. One, the unlimited test strips, and two, their app. It has a built-in emergency hypo alert with GPS locations. It will also log and track your blood sugar fluctuations, as well as give you access to the Dario coaches, which are health and wellness advisors that can just offer you support and motivation to help you manage your condition and stay on track as best as possible. If you guys are interested in finding out more about this system, please go to the affiliate link listed on the screen now, or head down into the description box, which is where I'll have further information there and links that you can check out after this video. So special thanks to Dario for partnering with me and creating such an awesome product for us type 1 diabetics. Now, shall I check my blood sugar and shall I eat lunch? The answer is yes. Just to give you guys a little head-on look at the device, you pop out the meter portion, plug that into your phone, then you go to the top side, and that's where you get your test strips. So just pull that out, pop that in. Then on the other side of the unit is where your lancing device is. Get your blood sample, pop it on there, wait 6 seconds, and then I'll have my reading. Okay, 147. I've got my pre-lunch blood sugar taken at 147. I'm gonna go ahead and I know what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make a sandwich, and I'm gonna have some carrots and hummus and maybe some peas, some of these pea shoot things. So I'm gonna go ahead and get for that 3.5 units on board, because it's a lunch I have quite often and I sort of know what to dose for it. I'm gonna go ahead and dial up 3.5 units. You always forget like how not painful shots are. I mean, there's a part of me like at the beginning of this process when I was taking the pump holiday that was like, oh gosh, I'm kind of worried, like it's a little bit painful. Couldn't feel it. I just thought I would also say to you guys and just sort of talk you through my lunch choice here rather than just show it to you. Usually I'll do like a sandwich or soup or something like that for lunch. I'm not one of these low carb diabetics. I need carbs. I like carbs. My brain functions well on carbs. So I don't shy away from having like a big old sandwich or something like that. And then as well, like I try to sort of frame my meals with as much veggies as I can. So as you can see here, I've got the carrots and the snap peas and then the dates as well. I just try to make sure I'm getting like lots and lots of color onto my plate. And that seems to be what works best for me, makes me feel good. But big fan of the sandwich. So it's been a little bit since lunch. It's been about an hour, I think. And I thought I would do a little post-lunch check because I'm quite anxious to know where my blood sugar is at after that meal. Okay, 153. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. That's about as good as I can expect, I think. Obviously, I'm normally on a pump, so my dosages with the Lantus and the Nova Rapid and everything is a little bit of fresh new territory for me, so I'm very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. And I'm very happy with that because the last like hour, I've been on phone calls and stuff that I've needed to do. So I was thinking about just taking myself out on a little walk and maybe going to the local garden center to have a look at getting a plant for my room. I'll probably cover this in another vlog, but basically, ever since I got back from America, I had to move very quickly, and it's been kind of chaotic and hectic, but also nice and exciting and all that stuff. A lot of moving parts, but one of the fun parts about moving is decorating and stuff like that. So I just received a chair today that I'm gonna put together, but then also a plant a plant. That also would make a good background for my videos, is what I'm thinking. So that'd be kind of fun to go and choose the plant together, because I've got a call that starts at 4:30, so that's in 55 minutes. So I think I can walk myself over to the garden center, buy the dream like tall plant thing that I have in my head, and then get back ready for that call. It is just unbelievably gorgeous outside. I wish I could give you not smell-o-vision, but like temperature-o-vision. It's just like, it's got this warm, beautiful breeze. I don't know what's going on in London, but it is just kind of the dream. So I'll take it while we've got it, because 2 days ago it was winter, so obviously now it's summer. If you live in London, if you live in the UK, none of this will surprise you. Also forgot to mention my blood sugar of 143 I was really happy about, because I feel like I can go on this walk and sort of know that I'm not gonna run low. But if I do, I always have my trusty glucose tablets with me. Always got these guys with me. Always easy to hand, because you never know. So I'm looking for something kind of tall, and I don't really know. Something tall and that does well indoors. Oh, this is pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I'm like walking through a park and there's music like coming from one of these windows. I love it so much. Just chilling here alone, just loving the music. Bravo! Okay, so the garden center, that was the best of all busts. It serves me right for going to a garden center in Chelsea. I mean, what did I expect? It was lovely, but it was just so overpriced. So, did not get any plants. Like the plant that I was eyeing, I found a plant online that was like 30 pounds, and then the equivalent plant in there was like 145 pounds. No, I won't be purchasing that one. There's no more music playing, but I'm hearing it in my head. I'm loving it. Just got back. I'm just about 3 minutes away from my interview thing for work. So just waiting for that, but I'm gonna do a quick blood sugar check before that, just to make sure I'm gonna be okay for the call. And I made myself an herbal tea, the 3 licorice puka variety. I always put 2 herbal tea bags in my herbal teas because I think it intensifies the flavor. And sorry, I just heard myself say that out loud and it was ridiculous, but genuinely it does do it. So got that. It's a really good one because it tastes sweet but doesn't raise your blood sugar. Speaking of blood sugar, let's check where I'm at. Okay, I just had to grab it from the other room. 139. I will take that. I will take that. I will take that all day long. So not gonna worry about bolusing at all. I wouldn't normally bolus for the herbal tea anyways, but not gonna worry about that. And not gonna have any anxiety while I'm on my call thinking, oh, am I gonna be low, or, you know, am I gonna go low or anything like that. I feel pretty stable. So I'm having a really great blood sugar day, and somebody is looking after me, because that's not the norm, especially when I'm not on my pump. So I'm just really pleased, and really pleased that I can kind of check as many times as I want to. You know, some people may think that's a bit over the top, but to test before and after a walk, that only makes sense to me. And I'm not surprised I've dropped a little because I did a bit of exercise. I'll be able to go into this meeting just with a clear mind and be able to focus on the task at hand and not worry about my blood sugar, which I'm excited about. Okay guys, it's that time again, that time to decide what to eat and how much insulin to take. Yes, you guessed it, it's dinner time. Got this vegan cheese on some rice cakes here that I will melt a little bit, and then I'm going to have that with actually some homemade tomato soup that I had and froze and now have it unfrozen, and some asparagus that I'm steaming. Yes, that is a massive pot. None of it makes sense, but like I say, it's moving, so just please excuse. So before deciding how much insulin I'm gonna take, I need to take a blood sugar. So let's do it. All right, let's see where I'm at. 188, okay. I'm a little surprised by that because I haven't had anything since that herbal tea, and I think before that herbal tea I was around 130, I want to say. A little surprised by that, but hey, diabetes has a life of its own, so not to worry. So let's go through my dosing here. For my tomato soup, I've got 30 grams of carbohydrate. For the rice cakes, they're 6 grams a piece, so 3 of those would be 18. So that would bring us up to 48. Let's round it out to 50 just to be neat and clean about it. And, oh, many pardons, oven, how rude. 50 grams plus a correction, that would put me at about 3.5 units. Now, I plan after dinner to build a chair, then I'm going to meet up with a friend for an evening walk. So I think, considering that I'm gonna go straight from dinner into physical movement, I know that's gonna bring my blood sugar down more quickly. So I think I'm gonna dose 3 units and drop that 0.5 off of it and hopefully come out right. Fingers crossed. But I'm gonna go ahead and get those 3 units on board now, even though everything is still cooking, just to give myself a little pre-bolus time. And by the way, I didn't say, but I should say, the vegan cheese and the asparagus, I'm counting those free, so not any carbohydrates in that, not something I need to consider when I'm considering the dosages. I think I'll do it in this one. And I always just leave it in a little while. You'll probably see that, just to make sure like drops don't come out. I've had it before where they do, and when you're dealing with such small amounts of liquid, you want to really make sure all of it makes it in. So that's why you see me leave it in for a little bit. Done. Final product, asparagus, melty weird vegan cheese, and tomato soup. At least it's got some colors represented. I'm pleased about that. It's been a minute. I have not built the chair. I know you're all dying to know, did she build the chair? Did she not? No, I have not. I got tied up in some other stuff, actually very, very, very worthwhile stuff. My very, very good friend was having an operation today, and I've kind of been a little bit nervous and anxious about it, especially in the time where you can't really go in and see people. So very good news, she is out and doing well, and I'm so grateful for that. So I didn't build the chair, but if I have built it before this goes out, I'm gonna insert a clip now of me in the chair, because I feel like I've talked about the chair so much, it's sort of like another subject of this vlog, and you gotta know, the chair's been built. I built the chair, guys! I built the chair! And I can do this in it. Hello, hello. Built the chair. But I am gonna go out for that walk now, so I'm gonna go ahead and check my blood sugar, see where I'm at, so I know if I need to do anything pre-walk to make sure that I don't go low. $119, okay. I'm quite happy with that, of course. But for a walk, it's not the best. So I think what I might do is have some carbs of some variety. It may just be a couple glucose tablets or a juice box, something like that. I'll probably have about 15 grams of whatever I decide to have. because that way I can walk safely. And of course I'll take glucose tablets with me and all of that stuff, which I always do. That is the tough thing when you're on injections. I find that it is really hard to kind of navigate the exercise piece, because once that insulin's on board, it's on board. There's no pulling back like you can with a pump. And because I've had a little bit less of an active day, I haven't battled with that. But if I were going to the gym, if I were doing an exercise class, if I were running around the city a bit more, I would definitely notice that. But that being said, you can achieve great things on injections. It just takes a little bit more fine-tuning and maneuvering, which I'm a bit out of practice with, to be honest with you. So if I were to be doing this long term, I'm sure I would get back into the rhythm of things. I remember I used to place my Lantus shot kind of strategically. So if I was taking it every 24 hours, I would take it maybe in the morning after working out. So I was kind of on the tail end of my 24 hours where the Lantus wasn't as strong, because apparently you get like a bump at the beginning of your Lantus shot, which at least I've experienced. So there are like little tips and tricks and ways to do things. Working out fasted, I have always found pump or not works great for me in terms of kind of keeping stable without any insulin on board, that type of thing. And I think probably I'll do a blood sugar check-in when I come back from the walk. But otherwise, to keep this video short-ish, which I'm sure that it isn't, because I struggle with that with my videos, but to kind of wrap it all up here, I just wanted to thank you guys for joining me, and thank you for watching a day in the life of a type 1 diabetic. It is a lot always to consider and manage, and it's kind of overwhelming sometimes, most times. But this tech and these little ways, and we maneuver and learn to live with the disease, can really, really help us live as normal a life as possible. But it is a lot of decision making. And maybe if you're not a type 1 diabetic watching this, this gives you a little insight into just how much decision making is actually involved. You're constantly thinking, constantly considering. You know, I couldn't just run out to the plant shop this afternoon. I had to think, okay, what's my blood sugar before, then what's my blood sugar after, then what's my blood sugar before the meeting, so I don't have any interruptions during the meeting, and I feel like I can focus properly. And then what am I having for dinner? How am I dosing? But what am I doing after dinner? And how am I going to adjust my dosage according to that post-dinner activity? I mean, it's just a lot. But being able to test all the time, unlimited, is pretty darn extraordinary. And to have that freedom today to just kind of test as and when I felt like I needed to, or even maybe when I didn't feel like I needed to, but I just wanted that peace of mind, like especially before that meeting. I really craved to know that information before that meeting so I could just relax. And the ability to have those unlimited test strips really allowed me access not only to information, but emotional freedom. And sometimes I think that's one of the most important things with being type 1 diabetic. You want to have that emotional freedom to focus on other things, to split your mind away from the disease for a bit. If I know my blood sugar's in a safe place, then I can sort of focus on other things. Whereas if I'm not sure, my mind is always going to have one aspect of it worrying, and it's not a small worry either. So yeah, I hope that's given you a little insight into this time that I'm spending without my insulin pump, and maybe some tips, some tricks, some little pieces of interest, that type of thing, to just kind of empower you to know how you want to live with your type 1 diabetes, how you want to manage it. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you all a wonderful day wherever you are in this world, whether you're on a pump, whether you're on pens, whether you're on injections. There is more than one way to treat this disease. And whether you have the latest tech or not, we all deserve to have great control. And I personally believe that great control is possible no matter what avenue you're going down. It's about information and acting on that information. And I'm sure if you live with this disease, you know just how hard it is, but you also know that you're up to the challenge and you are strong enough to do this. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Wish you a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Great blood sugars, all of that good stuff. But most of all, and most importantly, I wish you a happy, healthy mind with it all. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Good night.